I just uploaded this video on my channel, the Bravo Alternative Media channel. I put this video up there in about a 7-minute type of video. But I wanted to add something important and obvious, so I'm adding this here and uploading it to this channel. There is a chance that they take Trump out in a couple different scenarios, and if they are successful in neutralizing Trump, and if Trump picks DeSantis as his VP, then DeSantis would still be in the driver's seat as the heir apparent to the throne. So there's many reasons why DeSantis is hedging his bet, but I just did want to add this because Ron DeSantis is also betting that he is the natural heir to the Trump throne, and he doesn't want to really piss off the dumbass evangelicals too much. So dropping out of the race and showing respect to Trump and endorsing Trump, this shows a little bit of respect to the evangelicals, which he wants on his side once Donald Trump does, and if Donald Trump makes it to his 80s and Donald Trump is retired. Ron DeSantis drops out of the race to hedge his bet. Today we're going to be talking about game theory, hedging your bet. Again, this is big news coming out today that will confuse the hell out of most Americans. And maybe that's the idea. Keep them on their toes. Keep the poor people stressed out. And we will steal billions and billions of dollars behind the curtains. But let's keep it clean today. And let's focus just on game theory. And let's forget about the criminals for one day. Ron DeSantis drops out of the race. You heard me right. The man who had over $200 million backing him, and he drops out. What is the game plan? Let's theorize with game theory. I believe that Ron DeSantis is hedging his bet. But let's go back to that $200 million. A lot of people criticized him on how he was spending. He had, I think, over $200 million. It's a safe bet that going forward, there are so many people out there who hate Donald Trump that Ron DeSantis could easily probably raise over $500 million if he continued in the race. But again, he dropped out today. I believe he is hedging his bet. So, in game theory, what is the worst case scenario for Ron DeSantis? For example, let's say you have $1 billion in your Gucci purse, and Time magazine already has your picture pre-made in preparation for Madam President to take her throne. I mean, what happens if you come up snake eyes? I still can't help laughing about that situation. You and I, we witnessed it. We witnessed worst case scenario in game theory when Hillary Clinton spent $1 billion to become the president of the United States. She lost, she got drunk, and the rest is history. But I have to mention that nobody in American history has ever bet $1 billion on a political race and lost. But that's what Hillary Clinton did, and Ron DeSantis does not want to do that. That's worst case scenario. So, Ron DeSantis was in the military, so we can safely assume that he has a basic understanding of game theory, or even a doctorate, for all I know. I don't know. Ron DeSantis is also probably old enough to remember how Muhammad Ali divided the country. Yes, I remember it very well. Half the Americans loved Ali to death, and the other half of America hated him to the extremes. Trump does this to America today. Not since Cassius Clay have I ever seen a man divide this country with this much passion. It is no coincidence that Donald Trump even claims that he practiced with Ali in the ring. You know, Donald Trump kind of exaggerates. Yeah, I sparred with Ali. People don't know that. I sparred with Ali. I don't think Trump actually sparred with Ali, but I'm sure I believe that maybe Ali let him in the ring and they practiced a little bit. But Trump. Trump knows his place in history. And again, this has never happened in America since Ali. Nobody has ever, not one man has ever split the country down with that much passion where you either love him or hate him. I should mention, though, it never ended well for Ali fighting the system. And Trump is getting older, and I will tell you that getting older sucks. So, back to Ron DeSantis in game theory. DeSantis knows that the worst decision he could make is bet the whole $500 million on trying to dethrone Donald Trump. Winner take all. Hillary Clinton tried that, and she lost. DeSantis is not that dumb. He's going to hedge his bet. That is what he has done today. He has dropped out of the race. Many Americans might think he has lost, but no, he has not lost the bet. He has hedged his bet. And I don't have time to teach you what hedging your bet means. You do your own research on that. Where you would start is how Wall Street hedges their bets, how the Wall Street punks learned how to hedge their bets through the professional wise guys of Las Vegas. So what is the best plot or storyline for DeSantis now that he has decided to hedge his bet? Now, the best screenplay here would be for the old man Trump to pick the young DeSantis as his protege vice president pick. That would be the best screenplay. Again, Trump picking DeSantis as his vice president VP. But is Donald Trump that smart? That is debatable. Now, the next best scheme or script is that Trump promises DeSantis a Secretary of State or a Secretary of Defense position. Can DeSantis trust Trump? No. But the hedge bet is already in play, and you let the hand play itself out. Will DeSantis get screwed on the river? Will he get rivered? Well, that's nothing to worry about. Just ask Chris Christie. Because, there's always a Fox News media job to fall back on. Do Americans enjoy analyzing these types of political synopsis and outcomes? You bet we do. I mean, what else do we have to do? All the jobs have gone overseas or to foreign nationals. I mean, face it, America sucks these days for real Americans. Okay, so until a dictator shows up and promises real Americans a 1950s pie in the sky fantasy, I mean, this is the only game in town for us. What a piss poor existence for Americans to focus on a celebrity fake wrestling match for the White House as we all are heading for the poorhouse.